Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. Fun fact, the day I'm uploading this is January 24th. And January 24th is my birthday. So happy 23rd birthday to me. So, Squid Game. We've all heard about it. It took the internet by storm at the end of 2021. And a few days ago, it has been confirmed that Squid Game will be renewed for a season 2. And I just have a couple of thoughts about it, some good, some bad, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. So along with a vast majority of the internet, I very much enjoyed Squid Game. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of guessed 90% of the stuff that was gonna happen, but there were some things that caught me off guard, and it was a very well written show. It wasn't just brutal for the sake of it, and like the meaning behind everything. I thought it was a very good show. And yes, there were some questions at the end of the show. Like at the end, player 456 was about to go on a plane to visit his daughter in America. But then he sees the man who had originally recruited him for the game recruiting someone else for the next version of the game. And so he decides to stay, presumably to expose the Squid Game so that no one else gets hurt. So I'd love to see how he goes about that. And then there's other things, such as the police officer's brother had gone missing X amount of years ago, and then he finds out that his brother is actually the headmaster of the game now. So I'd love to know how that came about. Like, how did he go from being a player to being the headmaster? Because we learned that the brother had won one of the previous Squid Games. But the rules don't say that if you win the Squid Game, you then get to become the headmaster, because player 456 didn't become the headmaster. He just got sent back home with all his money. So I'd love to know the story behind how the brother ended up becoming the headmaster. Also, some people believe that the police officer, even though he got shot and fell off a cliff, that he didn't actually die. I don't know about that. I think he actually died, and that his ghost is like haunting his brother because of that whole like mirror scene. But I digress. There's a lot of questions that I would like to be answered. However, I'm not 100% on board with the season 2 because of this. So the writer of Squid Game wrote it 12 years before it ever started being produced. So he started writing it in 2008 and finished writing it in 2009, and it started being filmed in 2020 and then got released in 2021. So he started writing it in 2008 and then finally got the opportunity to start filming it in 2020. That's 12 years, okay? He had all this time to perfect this show. And when I was reading a little bit more into it, at the end, when player 456 decides not to board the plane, that was a different ending than what was originally planned. The writer had originally planned to have him board the plane, which means there wouldn't be the potential plot for a season 2 of him exposing the Squid Game, because he dipped. He went to go see his daughter. He doesn't care about the Squid Game anymore. He got in, he got out, he's leaving, right? But then the writer said that he changed the ending to open the door for a season 2. But to me, the way I see it, and maybe this isn't true, but my interpretation is that was a last minute change. So in my mind, the writer who was working on season 1 for years, it's even written in some articles that it took him 6 months to write the first 2 episodes. So he was fully invested in this, caring about the details, making it a very well written show. And Netflix likes to release a new season of a show every year, which would mean that a second season would come out at the end of 2022 or maybe early 2023. But I feel like that would be so rushed. Like, the writer didn't anticipate writing a season 2. That doesn't mean he had zero ideas for a potential season 2, but they aren't as, I don't know. Like, I don't want it to be rushed. I don't want them to write it just for the sake of writing it. I don't want it to get sloppy. Like, you know how, like, you'll watch a show? Like, I've never watched Game of Thrones, but from what I hear from everybody, the final season sucked, right? And so I don't want it to get dragged out for the sake of it getting dragged out, and then it becomes a show that's not good anymore. I don't want there to be a season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it just gets progressively worse. Like, I would rather be left with questions like, oh, I wonder how he would expose the Squid Game. Oh, I wonder if the police officer is still alive. Oh, I wonder how the brother became headmaster. I'd rather be left with those questions, but knowing that I got to watch a well-written show than for me to get those questions answered, but in a very sloppy way. Like, oh, the police officer fell off the cliff, but he didn't actually die because he has superpowers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want something stupid to get made up just for the sake of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the writer would ever put that in it, but I just feel like I don't want them to just make up dumb explanations for things just for the sake of it. Like, I'd rather it just be done. So if there's gonna be a season 2, I would wait 5 years for a season 2 if it's gonna be as good as season 1. I don't want it to be like, oh, this is a Netflix show now, and there needs to be a new season every year, so we're just gonna write as fast as we can. I don't like that. And so, yeah, I just don't want it to be rushed. Like, another example, a show that was very popular at the end of 2021 was Manifest, and it had gotten canceled after 3 seasons on its original network, but then Netflix decided to pick it up for a season 4. The reason I bring that up is because the writer of the show said that he had all 6 seasons written before they started filming the first season. So it's like, he's not writing as he goes. He already knew exactly what was going to happen when. And that's why the actors in the show and the writers of the show were so disappointed when it got canceled, because they already knew where the show was supposed to end. And then it looked like it wasn't gonna get the ending it was supposed to get. So it's been picked up for a season 4. I don't know if there's gonna be a 5 and 6, but the point is, the writer had it all mapped out to fit 6 seasons. However, when it comes to Squid Game, it seems like the writer only intended to make 1 season. He didn't think of it as being a 3, 4, 5 season show. The way I interpret it, and I could be completely wrong, but to me, it seems like he only had 1 season in mind. So I don't want season 2 to be rushed and to just make it a bad show. Like, if he wanted it to be longer than 1 season, then the original ending of him getting on the plane wouldn't have been the writer's original thought. He only changed the ending to potentially open the door for a season 2, but that wasn't what he originally wanted to do. So I just hope that season 2, which they say is happening, is just as good and doesn't feel rushed. So that's it. That's just my 2 cents on the announcement of Squid Game Season 2, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm making videos every Monday. Thank you to my channel members, and be sure to check out one of these suggested videos, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.